Okay. So, you guys, each individually have made various journeys. Well, I guess not all individually, as a couple of you have been traveling together now, but eventually you all have ended up at the small farming town known as Alfield. And as you arrive, the sun hangs high above Alfield, casting sharp shadows across the town. And the air is warm and thick with the scent of fresh bread and spiced meats as a light rain drizzles down. You see a few townsfolk moving about, not too many. And for a moment, all almost seems right in the world until the clatter of wheels and a high-pitched scream shatter the peace. A wagon, more scrap metal and splintered wood than a merchant's cart, barrels into view from a side street. Its wheels clatter about, clipping different buildings, and you see villagers jumping out of the way. One of the guards, for a moment, his foot gets ran over, and he kind of grabs his ankle. And you see the townsfolk beginning to scatter about as the wagon shudders, swerving sharply and clipping a building for a second. As it passes it veers dangerously close to a large figure. As Johan, I need you to describe your character for us.
All right. So, Thorgar Stonefist is my character name. In front of you, you see an imposing figure standing at a towering 8 feet tall, weighing 350 pounds. Great skin tone is typical of the Goliath of the Sirius Mountains, and is etched in dark, jagged, weather-worn crack. That's the remnant of its tribe, the Black Raven. And you can see in his eyes that there's yellow ember lighting up, filled with a sharp awareness of a survivor. And alongside me, I have my loyal warhorse, Stampede. That's my character.
Okay. As the rest of you all kind of look at this commotion now, beginning to stir in the middle of town, the wagon doesn't slow down as some crates and barrels go stirring off of it as a blur of fur and steel catches the eye. As Ray, go ahead and describe your character for us.
All right. So you guys see that it looks to be a. Damn, I see how it is. But it looks to be a Leonin. What's going on? See a Leonin kind of just practicing on his swings with his sword. Just kind of like trying to keep an eye out for those around him. Yeah, you see that he has a symbol of the symbol of the sun god on his chest, and he's more just relaxing, kind of at ease right now. That's rare.
Okay. At the edge of the square, you see that two figures come into view as the wagon veers past them. As Maizie, go ahead and describe your character for us.
Maizie is a excuse me. She is a little shorter of a human with long, dark brown curly hair that has been dyed blue at the ends and is streaked with blue highlights. She is wearing she's wearing heavy chainmail with a sword on her back, a shield on her back, sword at her side. Looking very bored, kind of dragging her feet as she was originally walking before being startled by this commotion, and seems to be following along with the person that she is accompanying, though she doesn't seem pleased to be doing so.
All right, as Grass, if you would like to describe your character for us.
Yeah, so Lilith Page is a knight, so they're wearing we're not allowed to start with it, but they're wearing with knockoff full plate, ceremonial armor. They've got the demeanor of someone who has already had their adventuring career and is now reluctantly apprenticing this individual that is dragging their feet next to them. The most notable features would be the clear and apparent tiefling features: huge curling horns, very large, like scaled bat-like wings, these demonic scales along the shoulders and forearms and the back. They carry with them, I believe, a great sword. Oh shit! I don't have any. Oh fuck, Bo! I don't have any weapons. I didn't buy any weapons. Alright, yeah, I don't have any weapons. But you know, there's a sheath for a great sword or something. But they must misplaced it or something. And they, like, along their bandoliers and within their backpack and on like belt pouches, a lot of like kind of like a Batman gadget like belt kind of thing. There's a lot of common and uncommon adventuring supplies, all of which might come in handy one day. You know, you've been adventuring 10, 20, 30 years, you figure out some things that you regret not having with you on your earlier adventures, and it seems like they have all of that shit with them.
Okay. And finally, as the wagon goes barreling a bit more into town, it clips a couple market stalls as some people jump out of the way. You see guards going to charge after the wagon as you see a figure just kind of standing there monitoring the situation. As Khan, if you would like to, or Cass, if you would like to describe your
Monitor the
character.
situation with the guards.
What?
Am I a guard monitoring the situation?
There is a wagon barreling through town currently. It's been hitting buildings. You see the guards are trying to chase it down. For those of you that were looking at it, you noticed that inside you could see some small sets of eyes, and you could hear at one point someone yell, "Pedal faster, you half-witted turnips, or I'll turn your ears into soup!" As these guards go chasing them down.
And coming out of the local inn just to see what the commotion is, you see a young boy dressed in just cloth robes. He's not wearing any kind of... Am I wearing armor? I think I'm wearing leather armor. Well, the robes he's wearing are thick enough to act as an armor, but other than that, you devise some pretty stereotypical monk wear, and his hair is also very typical of a monk, just shaped on the sides and very long on the top, and then on a ponytail that gets more than halfway down his back. And tied to his back, there's also a spear, but he seems just curious on what's happening outside.
Okay. As this wagon goes a bit further, it ends up hitting a fountain in the center of town, and you watch as these big, almost oar-sized swords swing out from the wagon, and they slice at these guards that were standing there, and you see charging up this half-elf-looking figure. Not quite male or female. It looks like a blonde-haired individual, but you see him charging up, and it looks at you all standing around. It yells, "I'm willing to reward gold to anyone willing to help. Please, we need to stop that wagon." And with that, we will roll some initiative.
I elbow Maizie so hard they lose their balance.
Whoa.
Come on, get in there, kiddo.
Just a cart. Why do I have to be involved in this? I was just practicing over here.
You don't have to, I suppose. You can watch as the guards and everything else does.
Dang it.
Oh, you did a really good job on Johann's token. Holy shit.
Oh, you don't?
Why did this? Every time I click on this, it does nothing. There it goes.
Is it working
Finally.
for you, Con? All right. And that'll start us off at the start of combat, you see that this wagon is kind of damaged at the moment. Not really smoking, but you see that it's busted off. It's definitely hastily put together. There's scrap metal and bits of wood just breaking off as you see a couple of goblins climbing out. And you see one that seems to look a bit different than the rest. As this one here is holding this large flag as he turns at this Crown's Guard here. What's up?
If I hover over any token, I can see all their stats.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, now you can't. And I can't either. But I'll fix that later. Okay. Thank you. As this one here is going to strike at this guard here. And you see that between that and the ore hit, that this guard is looking like it is about to fall as it turns to look at anyone that seems like they might be willing to help. As you see this goblin charge out, and it's going to charge off this way. Strike down. As it goes to strike in, but this Crown's Guard is vigilant as it moves out of the way to avoid the attack. Maizie, you watch as this all unfolds in the center of town, and the Crown's Guard seem to become surrounded by a couple of these goblins that burst out of this wagon that was wreaking havoc throughout the town. What would you like to do?
Okay. The goblin attacked the Crown's Guard, so I'm going to draw my sword and shield. I will come. You cannot take action while the game is currently paused. I will rush 10, 15, 20. I will rush over here next to the guard. Taking a beat on the one with the flag. As I pull my sword, oh shit, my cantrips are gone. Fudge. No, I don't have. Wait.
You do not, unless you took a Blessed Warrior, but I think you get that at level 2.
No. I'm getting new characters confused in my head. I do not have any cantrips. Yes. I am just going to pull my sword, and I will take an attack at this guy. Attack.
That hurt. He just kind of looks at you with his long, pointy nose.
Yeah. How dare you interrupt the peacefulness of this town?
And as you look into the eyes of this goblin, you can see that his eyes are beyond bloodshot. His pupils look very dilated, and it's almost like he's strung out.
Okay.
As Khan, that brings us to you.
I'll approach a little bit to this goblin and getting into a fighting stance. I'll throw a punch, and from it, you can see a bolt of fire coming out of it. And then I go to turn around and then do kind of like a flip kick, and just smoke comes out of it. And I go like, damn it! But
as you see this goblin just trying to pat out the fire that has now engulfed him a bit as he looks a bit injured. Thorag, you see this situation unfolding at the moment. What would you like to do?
Thorag?
I am... Yeah, I know. I have 35 feet of movement. So I will rush over to the guard that's...
Do Fs have 35?
And I will strike in with the short sword. So I take the short sword. I believe that the goblin is probably trying to poke this back from the side. So going from the side into the section. And I follow up with my dagger. 2 misses, and that's the end of my turn.
Both attacks miss as the goblin just kind of shimmies a bit. You can hear some commotion going around inside the wagon as you can hear these goblins inside just kind of trying to pick up the sword, and you hear the other one say, "When I push, you pull." I don't know why those are grouped up. That's frustrating. This one here, looking kind of hurt, kind of looks at you, and then it will pull up its sword. What is going on? Oh. Wow, that is unlucky. You rolled 3 10s in a row. That should have been... Wow. Oh, who else did it attack? It herself. Wonderful. You see her pull out the spear and just jab it right into this goblin's face. Just right through the flag, using that as kind of a cover. As this goblin here, you see one crawling out of the wagon here, and it kind of looks around very frantically, looks at Dib, and well, this goblin, the one with the flag, kind of points like, "Do something!" As this one's gonna charge over here to Thorag. As you see the scimitar kind of sweep through the air for a moment. Wow. Thorag, you rush up hoping to help the situation, and this goblin just barely getting its footing holds a weapon that's almost too heavy for it, but it manages to swing down right past you, or your clothes that you're wearing, and it just strikes into your skin. Lilith, what would you like to do? You kind of watch this all unfolding as you shoved off Maizie into the commotion.
Yeah, as Maisie runs over and makes the swing, I'm like moving my like shoulders and stance as if I'm doing the swing, and I'm imagining me doing it, and I'm like, okay, good form, but bad follow through. I'm gonna call out to this goblin with the flag, and I'll be like, Maisie, you can certainly slay this thing. Look at it, it's rubbish. I'm gonna try and oh, look at the hee hee ha ha.
That's not very nice.
So he's mentally shaken, and now Maisie has a better chance to defeat this thing, and then that'll do for me.
All right. As you see this half elf walk up with this long sword gleaming into the sunlight, and it looks very finely crafted. It's gonna come up here and strike at this first goblin in front of Thorag. It strikes down into it. This goblin kind of lurches, and you hear as it looks like the life begins to fade from its eyes. Why was that with this? That was a nat 20, so I'm gonna roll the damage. Oh, I'm in self-roll. My bad, guys. As that will be enough. As
oh shit, I'm in self-roll as well.
You find yourself surrounded for a moment, but as this knife just digs right through the goblin in front of you, you watch it drop to its knees as it falls lifeless. As this elf comes up and says, "The name is Bryce. Bryce Field. Thank you." As that is where their turn will end. Oh, no, I almost ended the whole combat. Thank God it gave me that warning. As this crown card here is going to pull up their spear here and jab it right through this thing's gullet. Oh, and then it rolls with the thing. One. That would have missed. Okay. First session. We're all good. All right. At the start of this thing's turn, you see another goblin begin to stir out and about from behind the back of this wagon here. As Ray, that'll bring us to you.
Damn it! I was supposed to be practicing. How the hell is this for fighting happening? There. I'll just take out. Gotta go for this guy. Okay, so you don't have to be here. You can just leave. You don't have to do this, Dave. Whatever.
And as you look into the eyes, you see this kind of frenzy as it looks to you. It's too late for that. Gentleman's 20, nice.
Nice, yeah.
And it doesn't even get through its sentence as you finish clobbering it before it gets a chance to finish it.
Good. All right, that was one. All right, I did my part, guys.
All right, the start of this thing's turn, and let me show you the actual art for it. You see that those blades on that outer side there that kind of look like oars rear up again, and they're gonna first try to strike down to this crown's guard here. As you hear inside of the wagon, this whoosh, and it sounds like people imitating the sound of the blade noises. As they will try it again. And both attacks miss as the armor just seems to vibrate back this sword shots as they're kind of dull and just ricochet off the shoulders. Start of the round though, Dib here is going to get away from you guys for a moment as you see it just kind of lure back behind you. As he get them. As looking at you, Lilith. I said that wasn't very nice. Is it's gonna fire off this shot at you. Okay, I don't care. No ammo. No ammo, and it won't let me.
Oh no.
That never was a thing before, so maybe they changed it now.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
That was supposed to be disadvantage. Let me undo that. Let me roll again. From the vicious mockery, so.
And I sapped it.
Ooh.
Assuming
That
they were
will
using
miss.
the new weapon traits.
Did you?
Minus 10 feet.
Well, I
movement.
used.
Oh yeah, he's mocked, but yeah. I don't know how those work yet. We're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah.
And then you see, he's just gonna duck behind the wagon here as best he can.
Oh, I don't know if I have mastery of the weapon though. I don't know how those work exactly.
I was looking at it. It looks like you did it correctly.
I think paladins do, yes.
Yeah, well, they do, but I'm saying in Foundry you have to configure it to actually work properly. So this goblin looks, Harry, and he's gonna charge at you. You bastard! You see this rage just fill its eyes. It's gonna try to swing at you, Ray, with this short little scimitar. Okay, who else do I have targeted? Oh, is he not close enough? I don't understand. Dude. What is going on? Would a 7 or 16 have hit? Ray?
That would have hit.
Okay.
Outright murder.
As you will take 6 damage from that.
I didn't want
As
to be
this
here.
goblin strikes into you with this hate-filled rage. Maizie, that brings us now to you.
Okay. Oop. I am going to move around, or move next to this Crown's Guard, and the little boy right here. Again, swing back around with the sword.
As you just swing that one, cleave it right in two. And it lines the silk of the wagon with this reddish blood. Kind of greenish, I suppose.
And bonus action, yeah, not really anything that I can do. So that's it for me cover now.
All right, Con, you watch this bloodshed beginning to erupt as goblins fall. What would you like to do?
I get closer to the wagon. Tell this near-death guard, go take cover. We have this under control. And just do another punch to let out the fireball, and then go to do another, but again, smoke just like, holy shit, that's a crit. And then like, what?
Very nice. As you just hit this thing in the back of the head, and Thorag, you just watch as this hole just emerges from where this face used to be of this goblin. As you have to kind of duck for a moment as this firebolt goes zipping past your head.
Damn.
And you see behind it, through the little hole, the face of Khan. What would you like to do?
I am I'm going up top to go for the leader. As this goblin falls, I turn around and rush over to this guy. And instead of trying to slash through him, I try to use my short sword and try to pierce straight into it. Oh, miss. That's another miss. I'll go ahead and take the dagger and try to nick him. Another miss.
Oh, on
And
your hand.
that will be the end of my turn.
All right. Khan, you watch, and Maisie, you see as this climbing up out of the dirt here is another one of these goblins, and as it rises up, it looks up for a moment at you, Khan, and it's going to try to just strike at you there. As he misses with this dagger, this Crown's Guard here is going to listen to what you say. I don't need this, and you see them just dash off out of here. As Lilith, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna I'm gonna be making like commanding gestures, but Maisie's not even looking, and I'm like pointing like two fingers and like pointing them somewhere else and like giving out instructions. She's none the wiser. And I'm gonna shake my head and I'm gonna go 15 feet this way and then a little bit here. And I'm gonna try and wave an arm and a wing, like the right arm and the right wing at the same time to catch Thorag's attention. And I'm gonna adopt like a stance as if I had a dagger and a short sword, which I don't because I don't have any weapons. And I'm gonna mime like the motions he should make in order to land some of these attacks he keeps missing. And I'm gonna give him the help action so he has advantage, and an inspiration so he has a d6 for his next roll, and that'll be me.
For the help action, you have to be up within 5 feet of the enemy.
Oh,
to give
fuck.
advantage on the next attack. That's how the help action works. Yeah, I also learned that last night because I kept trying to let my familiar basically do flyby help action, and the DM was like, "You might want to read how help works, though." And I was like, "You know what? Fair point."
Okay, if you'll let me, I do think I have the movement to get to where it is to give help. So I don't think I went that far.
Well, where were you at?
I don't
Here?
remember. I don't think I was any further than either of those two squares.
Sure, I'll let you do it. Sure.
Oh.
All right. As Bryce here, or going to Bryce, excuse me,
Bryce.
charge up and strike with their longsword into this goblin here. Rather, this targeting thing is going to drive me insane. Nice. Distracted by the goblin guts and the targeting issue, he misses. But with the second strike, he comes back in. They come back in with the backhand, kind of slice right through this thing's jugular as it is barely holding on by a thread. As this one here is going to charge up and with their spear attempt to put an end to this thing. That'll miss as it hits into the armor and the tip of the spear almost bends. Ray, what would you like to do?
So some blood from the goblin got held in your friend.
Why am I here again? I'm almost about to die for the freaking card. Not even worth it.
Oh no, that is
Oh,
your
damn,
blood.
wrong weapon. Would have messed even with the dice roll. Did I have mercy?
Damn, double 4.
Okay, yeah, so it wouldn't matter. Okay, I would have missed. I just clicked on the wrong button. Yeah. Wait, no, real quick. If I had used my greatsword and I had missed, I would have still got to do the grave, which would have been the damage to it.
Okay, and that would have been enough to do it.
Right.
As
Nice.
As
you
I
miss,
swing,
or
it
at
is
least
really
the goblin
bad.
thinks you do.
Like I chop off one of his toes and he just leaves that.
All right.
No, back up over here. Wait, no. Okay. You did it, buddy. You did it.
All right. The wagon can't do anything. On this guy's turn, he is looking off towards the north, and he says, "This isn't worth it. This isn't worth it." And he is going to try to escape out of there. You see him rush off, no off attack. Alright, Maizie, that brings us to you. You see one goblin now in front of the wagon as things are kind of looking to die down here, but the one that seemed to be leading it is rushing off.
Did he run off the map? Why do I suddenly? Oh no, there he's like way
Oh,
over
yeah.
there.
You wouldn't be
okay.
able
For
to see
this.
him anyway. Unless you were like looking around the wagon, if you were just like trying to look
Yeah.
straight through it, yeah, it would be
No.
definitely open.
No, I probably wouldn't see over the wagon. Are the little like blades on the side of the wagon still going
No,
crazy?
it seemed like once those goblins came out, the commotion inside of the wagon died down.
Okay. All right. I'll just step up on this little one here, and again, long sword. Try to smack him.
All right.
Oh, that was almost an answer.
All right.
Okay. Everybody around me looks. Everybody around me that I can see, because I can't see over the wagon, looks healthy. The other guard ran off, so I think that's. Well, let's see. That was what, like 15 feet that I took to go there. It doesn't do the measure anymore.
What do you mean it doesn't do the measure anymore?
It doesn't show me like the measurement, like when I'm moving my character token. But it's okay. I'm gonna come back around.
All us idiots are trying to test it, but we can't. I just saw like 4 people ping their own token trying to drag it.
No, it's all good, and it could be also that I'm not doing it correctly.
Yeah, you
but
gotta when you hold control and you drag away from your token, left click to create a path. The color changes. If you see the grid change out, it'll go
Oh.
from green to yellow to red.
Gotcha. Okay, and then it's spacebar to follow it. Okay. So anyway, it used to measure automatically, which is what I was used to, but that's fine. So this is about 30 feet.
Module that used to do that shit out. So.
Okay, all good, all good. So that's about 30 feet, I believe. So I'm just coming back around because I don't see any more goblins on the front side of the cart. So I'll try to come back around where I know that I saw Lilith go. But that's my turn.
Okay.
I wouldn't have seen that goblin run because it was like straight across the wagon, so I'll just peek inside the wagon to make sure it
You
is
have no
empty.
idea that they're grass or Thorag. There's a building there.
No, I watched them run there.
Brother, there is a building here. You would not be able to see where they are behind it.
I know that. I'm just measuring because I watched him run there. So if I move
Okay.
like this, I'll see him. I'm not like a toddler and have object permanence. Like he's ran behind a building, but I know that he ran there.
And that would be, for me, just a very downpour.
Will you allow me to run in his direction?
Yeah.
And the place he's at is where he's at, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I will toss the dagger at him, and it's 20 foot, so I will have disadvantage, and then I will have advantage of action, which nets
So straight
it to
roll.
Straight roll.
Don't forget your D6. Show us your heroism.
Right.
Oh, that's mega.
Does the left roll still hit? Oh, it's...
Yeah, it hit. Yeah, one.
Okay, I will hit his hamstring and make him go prone.
Okay.
Oh.
And I will toss a secondary dagger with disadvantage. He's both prone and I'm out of range.
Oh.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Alright, this Bronze Guard here is just waiting for Bryce's command. Dame, what would you like to do?
So I watched him run this way. I'd like to go 15 foot. No, I'd like to go 10 foot here, and then, like 10 foot this way, but diagonally up. Like I want to kick off from the ground and start flying a bit, and then my last 10 foot straight up. So I'd be 20 in the air, and then it depends how tall the house is. Would I see over the house?
Yeah, you would see over the house at 20 feet high.
Huge. Alright, I'm gonna hit him with the... Oh, I gotta target him first. Let me bring up the thing. I'm gonna hit him with a single word. I'm just gonna be like, Howard! And then I'm gonna glance back to Maizie to make sure she's not dead, and then give myself a little nod of assurance that she's doing okay.
Bryce is going to come over to the wagon and start investigating it. The Crown's Guard is going to... Well, that one's gone. Thought they went already. Alright. Ray, what would you like to do?
Hey, what I want to do is not what I have to do. Goddamn fine with leaving. Okay. Alright guys, it's okay, yeah, alright. Here, no goblin. Hey guys, I did a great job, didn't I? You know, just tell my dad if you ever see him. I don't dash over to there and check on people, but that's it.
Div is going to use half their movement to stand up. And then they are going to book it as fast as they can. Off into the bushes, and then they will attempt to hide. So. Well. Guess it depends. Alright, Maizie, what would you like to do? As you see Lilith fly up into the air and this large gray figure go charging off towards this goblin.
Yeah, I will do it correctly. I will, start, yeah, rushing after it as well. Movement dash, and why are you doing that? Okay, that's all I can do.
All right, Khan. You see some strange figures go rushing off towards this goblin. As the half elf or the elf you looking figure you've seen says, if you'd be willing to stop and chat after this, I have some things I'd like to ask you.
I mean, I don't see any more goblins. Oh, just
I don't want to stop
approach.
and chat. What if I just want to go home?
That. Just hear what I have to say first, please.
Alright, I almost died here today, man, okay? I signed up for some of this, not all of it. Not the dying part.
All right, Thorag, you watch as this goblin gets up off the ground and kind of pulls out the daggers that are in its leg and just grunts and yells at you as it rushes off and tries to find itself into the brushes, and you lose sight of it for a moment. What would you like to do?
Well, I guess he ran out of sight. I'm just gonna go up and pick up my daggers and walk back towards the wagon.
All right.
Yep. Did you hear? And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Lilith, that brings us to you.
We'll fly 10 feet this way, and I'll call down to Thorag and be like, excellent throw. And then I'll keep flying this way, 25 foot total movement to get to here. And then I'd like to effectively hold my action that if any form of perceived danger arises towards Maizie, then I'll hold my action to hit it with the vicious mockery, which hopefully resolves like when I see it before it attacks to give the disadvantage. But I'm just trying to be like a little angel from above for them. That'll do for me.
All right. Well, if is anyone going to try to chase after the goblin, or can I end combat?
I will not.
Okay.
Yeah. If everybody else turned around, I won't chase.
As combat comes to an end, the blondish elf figure steps out from behind the wagon as it speaks out to all of you. Please, if you would gather around, you seem capable. We could use that right about now.
What's the matter?
As he looks to the woman there and says, "You can go off now. I will speak to you later." Well, first I have to ask, what exactly it is that you are doing in Alfield? These are not exactly the best of times.
You can pay. I just came here on a whim. Why? Whim?
Whim, yeah.
Whim.
Well, I'm here to find my dear old friend that's been over in Alfield, looking into the strange going on. Well, there's things hiding in the shadow, and we found a few odd things. Here to investigate on the behalf. So,
The Cobalt Soul knows about this. This Kosh will not wish to hear this, but if you already know that something strange is afoot, that is actually why I have asked you all to meet with me here. You seem like capable people, and things aren't exactly how they should be right now in Alfield. As you saw there, my guards did not even stay to fight with me as they should, and the one that did stay around I do not trust well enough to hear this information. But Alfield is in danger. Abductions in the night, people not acting as they should. It is strange, and I feel like I can trust no one. That is why I, against my better judgment, feel I have to trust you to selfishly throw yourselves into peril like that. Of course, we would... Well, Mr. Clearbarker might wish to speak to you. Starosta Clearbarker, that is, but... I think we'd be willing to reward you for your efforts if you'd be willing to look into this issue while you're here in town.
I guess we can look into it. I mean, I'm not very confident that we're gonna find out what's going on. Be of much help. Well, I mean, I might not be, but we'll try.
Well, I would appreciate any help. I'm rather short-staffed as is. You said you were looking for a friend here?
Yes, I was. I'm looking for my old friend Stubutai. He's gone missing while being tasked to investigate this town. You heard of his
I
name?
will.
Not the name, but I'm known in town quite well. I've frequented it just on my daily watches. I've seen many of the figures in town. What exactly do they look like? There has been some, like I said, some strange sightings as of late, but I do not know what I'd be looking for.
Well, it's a humanoid with Oriental descent.
I do recall about a 10-day ago one that fits that description coming into town. He seemed interested with the temple.
What temple?
The temple of Palor in town. At least it was, but I have reason to believe that it is not as it seems there. But apologies, the rest of you, what did you say your names were? Is this... I'm sorry to bother you. The town
name
is
is
not
Ray.
always like this, I assure you.
I hope not. I mean, that would be horrible. Add guards, I guess.
I mean, we have guards, yes, but I worry that some of them are even in on this, whether they know it or not.
I mean, we will do our. I will do my best.
Thank you, Ray.
Okay, sorry, noise was leaking, so I closed the door. But, I'm Pan. I come from the Monastery of the Elements on a pilgrimage. I know I had a dream that directed me to here, so if you say something's going on, maybe that's the reason my journey brought me here.
Perhaps? Perhaps
And
it's...
then nudge Maisie forward. Go on, rub shoulders.
I kind of like stumble forward a little bit, and then realizing that I'm standing now directly behind the ginormous man, and am also blocked by the wagon. I'll kind of like scoot around him here, and like wave my hand timidly. Yeah. Hi. Yeah, we're here too. I'll kind of look back over my shoulder at Lilith. Why are
I've
we
taken
here?
my hip flask off and I'm taking a swig.
I think that we were just passing through. I'm kind of looking over my shoulder at her, like kind of shrugging a little bit. Like, why are we here again?
I make no eye contact. Their job was to handle this conversation. And then I will not give them the satisfaction of bailing them out.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just kind of turn back. Yeah, we were just passing through, but we're happy to help.
You've helped quite a bit already. Those goblins, they aren't exactly a rare sighting, but when that happens, it's not usually of their own accord. They don't attack in the daylight typically.
Well, what about the one with the flag? Did that mean anything to you?
Well, there are goblins that are around these parts. It could have been signage within, but it's not one I've seen before. But that one seemed to think highly of itself. Their eyes, though, are what bothered me. Are you aware of the Curse of Strife?
Of the Curse of Strahd?
Curse of Strahd? Holy shit! Bo's
Have-
like, I'm sorry guys, but I have to. He puts this back in.
Have I heard of the Curse of Strife?
I don't know. Roll me a history check.
I also want to check that out.
Or I guess it'd be more religion, actually.
Okay, so religion,
Maybe.
add add 2 to that, so 14.
Okay. So you would know then that the Curse of Strife refers to a long believed curse that goblins suffer from.
Oh.
It is one that invokes them with a fury and rage that makes them chaotic.
Excuse
They destroy without cause, essentially.
me. Okay. Would I know that this is related to the god that they worship, or is it in opposition, like they're moving away from the teachings of their god?
You would know that the ones that seem to have the red eyes, they're acting like in devotion of him. They believe they're doing it to please him, to please Bane.
Okay.
Just to make sure, did Thorag already... No, it isn't a character. Did Thorag already present himself? Did I miss that? Or have you said not your name?
Well, I have not said my name yet.
Okay.
Is your mic the right one, Khan?
Is it not?
No. Sounds like your onboard mic.
And as I turn around, and I recognize this guy from somewhere. I look at Khan. I go, well. If it ain't the boy with the crackling fever. I've met you before at your temple. You still have that necklace on
not
you.
recognize your name. And then I look down at my chest, take out the necklace and say, "Is this you?
Yes. I was tasked.
Thorag?"
Yeah. That is me.
And then I just lounge myself to hug you. I probably just get to your waist and say, "You saved my life."
Well, it's what people should do for each other. I'm glad you're doing better.
Well, maybe destiny brought me here for more than one reason.
Yeah. Fate. Fate brings people together, like the Raven Queen says.
Well,
I do
now
think-
I'm even more on board to getting into whatever is going on in here. If you are.
Well, I'm tasked to be here, and I would love to help the people out of this poor town.
Okay, well, when you guys hover over here, can you see stats and stuff now, or no?
Can you get rid of the conversation? Oh wait, I can get rid of the conversation.
Yeah,
No, I
can
don't
you
see
stop
any
it with the
stats.
conversation?
I don't
No.
know.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Oh, I thought you did that on purpose. I'm like, oh, this is mega. Let's go.
No. I definitely don't want you guys to see all this stuff.
What made me laugh as well, just to sidetrack us for a sec, when the thing popped up and it was like strength 46, I'm like, what the fuck, with it strength +4 for strength +6 for saves or something. But for a moment I'm like, what the fuck, this guy's got 46 strength for the guy that's the town guard. It's
Damn.
like, whoa.
Don't mess with this guy. Is my microphone all right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds
Sounds okay.
much better. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't believe the goblins were a part of this. Whatever they were doing is its own thing. But I would say while you're in town, be careful of who you speak to.
You don't trust anyone in town.
For the moment, I trust Kosh, as he is the Starosta, and for the time being, he's in charge.
Would that title be something in the form of a mayor, or?
Yes, a mayor of sorts, yes.
And where do you think our investigation should start? The temple close by?
The temple is close by. It's up the hill. I would be mindful if you do intend on going there, though. The last time I tried to venture there, they seemed in a hurry to get me off the premises.
We should probably better just get more information on what we're facing.
I agree.
Well, if you plan on staying in town, I can set you up at the Candle Glow Inn. Would be happy to cover your rooms, your stay while you're visiting in town. Thaddeus would enjoy some customers during this time, I'm sure.
Darius, you said?
Thaddeus Candle Glow.
I like that. I certainly can use at least a meal. Do you still have Schweinhaxe here?
That I would not know for certain, but I do know that you all were a little bit banged up there. If you wanted, we could tend up to you at the Sarosa's home. Give you a chance to meet the mayor, as you called it, if you would like.
Well, he might have more insight.
Well, I'll take you there.
Lead the way.
So I will pull you guys to the map of Alfield. Alright. I made a lot of this.
Oh!
So be gentle.
It's loaded.
Okay, it's a big map. Feel free to look around at it.
Whilst we're traveling away from the map that we were on, wherever we think we're going to go to next, Lilith would walk up to Ray, who is the most like injured of them all, and I want to, from a distance, like try to gauge like what kind of hit he took, and then I'll walk up to him and I'll be like, "You fought very bravely. I saw you running back in after what would be a lethal strike upon many."
Really? I was being brave? Yeah. Alright, yeah, I was being brave.
Where'd you get that armor from?
Honestly, I was found in it, and it fit because it's magical, and so it just keeps growing with me. So like, it's the best set of armor because I never have to get a new one.
I see. Can I examine the armor a little bit, see if there's any like crests on it that I would recognize, anything like that, like a maker's mark?
As long as you give it back. But yeah, I wouldn't see a problem with that.
You don't need to take it off, and then I'll do like a little 360 around Ray and see if I can figure out anything that might be interesting about this armor.
I will let you guys handle that then. I don't want to get involved with something like that. And that's kind of how I want to handle anything like that in this game. I don't necessarily, like, I don't see it as PvP or anything, but if situations like this arise, I feel like it's not fair for me to take away your agency, so it's on you guys to decide how you want it to play out.
You want me to roll some, Aaron, or?
You can. Oh, I mean, no, I don't freaking know who gave me the armor. So,
well, to your heart's content.
Listen. I'll roll. It'll be shit, and then we don't have to worry about it. Perfect. I'll tap my chin in consideration, and I'll be like, I recognize some of the makesmanship, but I don't remember. I'll see if I can remember.
The monster whoever got it from me obviously had money because this is like not cheap. Like, it's mythical.
There's some high quality magical armor.
I like it. It's gonna stay with me forever.
Suits you as well. Good fighting out there, and I give him like a clap on the back shoulder. He's like, "Oh, that hurts," because wounded.
Yeah. Ray's kind of happy. He just like holds on, put the hand on his sword. Yeah. That was good.
Okay. So I mean, you guys don't have to travel too far. The town is not very large, so.
I finally see it.
You made this bow?
I will not say I made it, but I stole this
How do you
map.
do the thing
I
where you
added
can
a bunch
zoom
of
out?
elements, and that's his. God damn it, Grass. One of these days you will remember.
You zoomed me in, and now I'm
can't
fucked.
I have not
Roll
zoomed
out
you in.
either.
So
Is it
the
minimum
setting,
override
configure settings,
0.05?
zoom pan? Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I remembered. I'm
There we
okay.
go. There we
There
go.
we go.
Okay,
there we go.
can you say it again though? Because I never had to fix it.
Configure
before.
settings in the top left on the search bar. Type zoom,
It's the very last
Zoom.
setting. Too.
and then it says minimum zoom override. Set it to 0.05.
Minimum 0.05.
Then click save.
Save changes. Yay! Thank you.
Don't sweat.
Holy shit, this is tiny as shit.
Oh shit! I recognize the
There
place
may,
on this map.
Yeah, you should. You should.
Right, whereabouts are we?
You guys are near this section, I would say.
Oh, huge. Not like as a rush, but maybe we should have like a little token, like with the like all the idiots, and we call it like
here's
the
thing,
party,
I
and we
just
run
got
around.
Maisie's picture like 2 days ago.
Yeah, it's
so
all
I will
Mia's
make
fault.
the
Don't
token.
sweat
It
it.
is. It's all my fault. Yeah, it's all good.
I'm not
That's
saying
fine.
it's your fault. God
No,
damn it.
it's okay.
is
It's all
Mia's
Mia's
Do I
fault.
not,
Don't
do I
sweat
not
it, don't
ever
sweat it.
have tokens for you guys? Like, I have made so many fucking tokens. Man.
It is all Mia's fault.
It's all my fault. It's fine. I understand.
Did you folks want to head to the inn to rest, or poke around somewhere else?
Well, I would love to go to the Mayos. That was cash, I do believe.
Good
Yeah,
instinct.
We were-
That's
that's
the
what
correct
the
answer.
plan
The
being.
tavern offer was a trap, and I give give Thorag like a little pat on the shoulder. Whilst we walk into the mares, I'm gonna.
Well, I mean, we in there. I've just been letting you guys talk. I haven't. I
Oh.
just
Yeah.
not interrupting. No
Whilst
worries.
we walk into the mares, I'll walk next to Maizie, and I'll hit her with the. So, how did you think that your combat went just then?
Well, I feel like I did pretty well. The sword is feeling a lot more natural in my hands. And I mean, I don't know if you saw, but there's two of them that I took down with one hit. So I mean, there was one, like, I think the angle got off a little bit, like I might have caught his collarbone or something. Cause he didn't, I mean, he looked hurt, but he was able to run away, so that's not good.
Wait,
But
did you just say, this is out of character, did you just say that you took 2 in 1 hit?
no, I took two of them went down with only one hit of my sword.
Ah, okay.
Like two copies of 1 for 1, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take from my battle report log that I've been sketching down with a little ink pen into a book, and I'm gonna hand a copy of the report to Maisie. And as your eyes flicker through it, like the joy slips away, as it's pretty like it doesn't say that you did a good job. It's like getting a D on the paper.
Damn.
Okay. I'm gonna read through it and you like point out a couple points. Like, why is this part of it bad?
What do you mean? Why is it bad? The guy with the flag. You spent So, yes, it was good when you swung and you felled one of the ordinary goblins in one hit, but then you just stood there aimlessly admiring the work of the strike that you did instead of positioning yourself to somewhere that would have mattered. And because of this, the goblin with the flag, clearly the ringleader, got away. The one of all of the goblins that mattered escaped because of your actions. Remember when we
but-
talked about positioning?
Well, yeah, but I didn't want to. The one with the flag, he was like really encroaching on the guard that was hurt, and I didn't want to hurt the guard more by pushing him out of the way. Like, I felt like I had. I mean, I didn't anticipate him to slip underneath the cart and run the other direction.
You didn't anticipate an oiled up goblin to be slippery?
No.
You will learn. You will learn.
Okay. I'll fold the paper actually very neatly. As bored and irritated as Maisie looked for about being even being here with Lilith, she seems to be actually taking note of the criticism that she's being given, and so she folds the paper up very nicely and puts it away in her bag.
Why are you in
Okay.
this area? I face Lilith and Mace.
The classic elbow nudge to Maisie to push her towards Thorag, and then I walk off.
We're just passing through. I'm really as Lilith walks away, Maisie just kind of shakes her head. I really don't know why we're here. I'm just Lilith is the one that decides where we go, so that's why we're here. She doesn't really tell me very much. So we're just here because she said so.
Just passerbys, huh? Fortunate enough to be at the right place, right time.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we have arrived. And as you guys enter out, the home of the Starossa is definitely a bit nicer than the other homes that you've come across. It sits well back from the road, and it's partially screened by a pair of medium-sized elms. And it's by far the most imposing home you've seen so far. The walls seem like they've been regularly whitewashed, and the room gleams with new shingles. You see a wide porch across the entire front of the house, and columns of wood support the overhanging roof. And as you get closer, you can see as you look through one of the windows, quickly a curtain closes, like something or someone was behind it. And then,
Where are we?
The mayor's
Right here.
house.
You see, I put this little token thing here now for you guys.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. There we go.
Bo spends 3 minutes explaining where we are. I hits him with the "where are we?"
I don't want to. You did that all last game. There's no judging around here. Except when they're in.
Of course.
Of course.
I'm gonna chuckle seeing what I imagine to be the mayor creeping out of his window and then jiggling the curtain as he runs to the door.
And he does. He will eventually open the door as you can tell he's quite frantic. You see a kind of older looking gnome, short with some graying hair. The image I'm going to show up is not as gray as he would appear, but I didn't need to do that. But...
It's an older image, like he hasn't updated his dating profile.
Exactly. No, he opens the door and Bryce, get in here quick. What is the meaning of the noise outside? As he kind of pulls everyone in quick. Who are these people? Well, this is Thorag, Maizie, Ray, Khan, and Lilith, I believe. Thank you. And, well, in addition to our other problems, it seems these kind individuals helped with a goblin issue that we had earlier. That's, I wouldn't say amazing, but it's good to know that there are still good Samaritans out here. There are strange things afoot in the town of Alfield. As Bryce told you. I imagine that's why you're here. Yes. Oh, great. On top of bandits and cultists, we have now goblins. The Empire. Oh. Do you think that you would be willing to see to this issue? I'd be willing to pay you handsomely. I cannot let the Empire nor the Crown's Guard know any further of what's going on in town.
Did you just say cultists?
No. That is... No, I did not.
I am pretty sure you did.
It must have been something in my throat. Okay, if you want me to be truthful, I believe, Bryce and I do, that the happenings in town are some strange sort of cult, if you'd call it that. Our people have been getting rather strange of late.
I am looking into a cult myself. If this aligns with who I'm looking for, then I am here at your service.
What do you know of this cult? Perhaps they are the same.
I know not much about them myself. I just know they exist, and there's maybe someone that I need to find in there.
Yes, there are many that we all wish to get back. And those that are here, we wish to get them back as well. They've been acting strange. And not just sick, ill strange, like they're almost different. Altered somehow. We've been trying to figure out who it might be, but it hasn't been going on too long. And with my status as Starosa, it hasn't been wise for me to leave town. Or, excuse me, not town, but my home.
Well,
I would be willing to pay if you would be willing to accept my offer.
well, I have
Good.
to agree with Khan. I
sound too
certainly
bad.
would help you.
Yes,
Yeah,
Ray,
sounds
was
good.
it?
Yeah.
Good. You seem strong and sturdy. Better than the Crown's Guard, which... Of the Crown's Guard, you have to be mindful. Not all of them are as they seem. Much like the rest of the town, but even the guards. That is why I'm hesitant to tell the Empire, for if word gets out of this, I could lose my job, but the whole town could be lost.
What is the name of this guy again?
Kosh
It's
Clearbark.
on the screen.
Okay.
It's a good thing you're cute.
Bruh.
I'm gonna lean towards Maisie, and I'm gonna tell him, this is where you say something heroic, like, I won't let this town fall, I assure you, something like that.
Maisie just... Fall this down me not.
Well,
We're
there are a couple places that we believe the activity to be present. The Broad Barn is our local inn.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, that's the general store.
Mhm.
The family is, they went on a trip a while back, and when they returned, they did not seem all right. The father speaking in strange mumblings, but when I asked him about it, he got aggressive.
Would you know where they were going?
That's what I initially had approached about. I mean, when the store in town goes down for a couple weeks and nobody runs it, there's talk. There's people need to purchase things. We do have farms, but there are things that we need that animals cannot provide for us. We also think that the smith and the carpenter might be involved. And if that's the case, we worry that they might be making weapons or building something.
Why the carpenter?
That is what I want you to find out.
Why do you have suspicions of the carpenter?
Much like the store, well, the past couple 10 days, as you would have... I guess they're not 10 days here. Are they? They're 7 days. Okay.
I see where we exposed Starosta as an imposter.
No,
I think it's 10 days everywhere, isn't it?
I think that's just in Forgotten Realm. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyway, it's been a couple weeks. At least, that things have been weird in town. And as more and more activities seemed to sprout up, more and more of the town began to close off and not speak to those like they would before. And the carpenter is one of them. He used to be a good man, but I don't know, him and his wife, lately they used to say hi, at least in the morning, and I don't even get that anymore. It's more like they mumble under their breath.
Why haven't you called for help sooner? If it's been a couple of weeks.
Yes, that is what... We are on the brink of war. The Empire does not wish to worry about us, and if they do, when I had to call in Crown's Guard here for help, they would start questioning my position. I understand that might be a little selfish, but I wish to handle this matter on my own. I have been this Starosta now for 8 years, and I plan on running it until I can no longer.
Well, it's not only, use my words, it's not only inexcusable, it's incompetence. You cannot put yourself before the people, this town, to make sure your position is secured. I will help you regardless, but...
You are right, and I appreciate your words of honesty, but truthfully, I just don't feel like it would be wise to get them involved. I think that if I was to send word and somehow these people found out, more of our people could be in danger. I was trying to gather more research before I sent anything, develop a full case with evidence and perhaps some names of figures rather than just suspicions that I have currently. That is where you hopefully will all come in. As a lot of you are not from around here, you might be more welcome to those in town. Or you might not, but I know for a fact that if I or Bryce try to speak to them, they won't even open the door any longer. And those that do, it's nothing more than to get something or figure out taxes, or it's more business than it used to be when we would come outside and speak, and we used to be a community.
This does sound strange.
And Bryce, did you tell them? Yes, I did. I spoke to them about the Temple of Pelor, and it seems to not be welcoming visitors, but that was me, like I was saying.
So I have but one question. There was, within the Cobalt Soul, my friend Subutai got sent here to check what the strange goings on was all about, but also there was an artifact or a object of unknown origin. Has anyone brought anything into town?
We don't see many things like that around here. It's a small farming town. The things that do come in, it's necessities. The occasional luxury, but it's mainly jewelry, something like that. But it could be related to the tremors we've been feeling near the mine lately. There's been strange vibrations of sorts. Yes, but Yes, Con, excuse me.
Tremors has seen this, and I set a hand on the ground and with thaumaturgy create some small tremors.
Yes, but it shakes the village, and the mine is at least a mile away.
Would you allow me to... Yeah, sorry. Go.
Yes? No, Thorag, please continue.
This was just out of character. Would you allow me to look into my book to see if there's any of the artifact I have in my book that it may be related to?
You can certainly try.
He's got like a little catalogue of forbidden cursed items.
Yes, I actually do.
Oh, he
and,
does!
Ironically
Oh, I
enough.
love it!
and according to new rules, it gives a
New
plus
item
5
in
to
the
the
game.
check.
Yeah.
Oh, huge.
Yeah. Would that be history? Or Bramble?
I do not know this Bo Bramble, but yes, it sounds like history would be appropriate.
Nice.
No.
I will burn. It's my. I still have the D6.
I would say it
it
wouldn't
only
even.
lasts a minute.
It lasts an hour now. Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, it
does.
lasts an
But
hour.
It
It
would
is an
not
hour?
help you. Yes.
Well, it might
It's
help
been
him because
clutch.
with the plus
He has
5,
eight.
but
3,
it-
7,
even
12.
Still.
That's
12?
Oh, with the 5 on there. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. I didn't see it in there. You get the sense that the letter that you got, it didn't seem to be that because the way it was addressed wasn't by that vernacular. You get the sense that if it was, that would be what they would have led with.
I see nothing of it in my book. Must be some other form of cursed object.
Yes, and that is very strange. Like I said, that is not something that typically comes around here. But it's against my better judgment that I say this. West of town, deep in the grove, there's a man that lives out there. He seems to be more knowledgeable than the most in town, but he does not usually see visitors. And he is one that I am a little wary of, as I worry he might be involved in this.
West, did you say?
Yes, just west of the town. And I'm going to tell you guys, if you look at the map on the outskirts and stuff, there are little Easter eggs and stuff that I added.
Oh.
But you get the sense that he's perhaps talking about this. Yeah, like if you look in the water, maybe.
And what would this man's name be?
His name is Romney. But do not tell him that I told you this. We're not exactly on speaking terms. But from what I do remember of him, he is rather wise. He might know of this. You mentioned your friend Subutai. I think I recall him speaking, or others in town were talking to me about him. He was interested in the temple.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what for.
Well, we will find out.
Regarding your payment, I was thinking for any that you are able to recover from the town still alive, 25 gold per person. And for those unfortunate souls that we are not able to recover, 15 for those that we are able to identify cleanly. The families would be thankful for that. If you have a way to get them back, though, if I knew more about this, but I don't. Back when I used to be more active and fight, this seems like some sort of effective kinds that the mages used to use, or some sort of... I don't know, it's... The people are almost dazed, but they're not. They're definitely not acting under their own fruition.
This person you told us about that lives up in the grove, Omni. Would he know more about the temple, or?
Romney is one of the oldest living residents in Alfield. He would know more than most. But he is not a very greeting or homely individual. He is not known to bring guests over.
Could you please also point us to where the inn was, as well as the...
There are a couple inns in town. The Candle Glow is the most well-known, but we also have the Feed and Mead Tavern. That's another, though, that's been a bit shady of late. I would be mindful when you venture near there.
Well, we would be tough as newcomers in this town to not stick out like a sore thumb.
Friend, have you seen yourself? I am afraid you would do that regardless. We didn't... Or your friend there, Ray. There are not many of your kind that venture this way. And when it is, it's a rare sight. But a welcome one at that. We appreciate you stepping in today to help.
Huh?
Well, do you have any more questions for me before I send you about your way?
What was out of character? I remember there was someone and his wife. What did they work at again? That used to say good morning and not anymore.
General
The
store.
carpenter.
The carpenter. Where would the carpenter work?
He's actually just down the road from me a ways. Southeast from here. He's near one of the abandoned farms.
Okay.
I wish that I could help you on this endeavor, but I don't think it'd be wise for the Watchmaster to be seen venturing with you. But for your troubles, I can at least give out a couple of these. As he will hand you guys they will hand you 3 little red vials that swirl with this kind of magical hue to them, and all of you would be able to identify them as a healing potion.
Thank you, Strasta. That is very kind.
Of course, and I wish that we had more, but as I said, there's not much foot traffic that comes in here outside of farmers, and necessitative merchants. I do have some things I might be willing to find in my old chest that I used to wear back when I adventured myself, but that's a story for a different time.
I'll get one of the potions of healing since I don't have any healing abilities.
Okay, let's go ahead and add that to your sheet.
Already did.
Sweet. Cool. Well, if you need me, I will be here. And good luck on your endeavors. Be careful to trust anyone, even yourselves. It's perhaps not even wise for me to bring you in here, but alas.
Rest easy, your anxious mind. We will solve your problem.
Gives you kind of a quizzical look as you exit the home, and with that, we will take our bio break.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
What?
I heard something was weird.
I heavy sighed. I'm a big heavy sigher. Well, hopefully that wasn't too janky to start off.
That was great, man.
Yeah, it was great.
Can you swap through the portrait so I can steal the images?
Sure.
Where's the print screen? This guy. Right? Go. There. Nice picture there, right? Or grass. Mace. Oh. Much appreciated.
I'm so fucking annoyed with myself. I deleted the journal link that I had set up in Foundry for like 3 months before we joined.
What journal?
Thankfully, I put it all in a drive, like the one that tells me every location and who's in whose home and all that shit. You know, just the important stuff.
Yeah.
Aww.
But I put it all in a drive link beforehand, thankfully.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. Well, glad you put grappling. That would have been a lot of extra work.
Yeah, I would have canceled session right then and there.
Yeah.
Fucking dumbass, I am. I always do stupid shit like that. Shoot myself in the foot.
Can't you duplicate this entire thing? Like, can't you duplicate the foundry before you do changes to the foundry?
Yeah, but I don't save backup to the world every single time I load in. I should definitely do one before each session, though. That's one thing I took for granted with the Forge and the membership I have is it took automatic save points, but the downside to that is I have to use Forge. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys like your tokens or not, you feel free to swap them out or use whatever ring you want. I'm to the point now where I need to stop worrying about them.
I think they're really nice.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Lilith got a little shortchanged.
Well,
Like,
it's because I wanted to put their... This is how I had them. But Grass wanted more of their wings in the picture, so
I'm back.
I had to shrink it.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm a little bit further away because I wanted more wings.
Yeah.
But maybe after seeing how it feels, maybe I'll go for... Because Bo did 2 versions. One was a lot more zoomed in.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we'll swap to that one, depending on how we feel, how it looks.
Maybe you can do a version of mine that the wings extend past the border, so they're outside of.
Yeah.
If you look at the image, though, it's cut off and cropped. And I can't
Oh.
extend it out because the AIs won't extend past the size limit that picture is.
There.
Well, that's.
And I'm not good enough at Photoshop to, like, do it myself. Like, and
To draw your own wings? Come on.
no, I am an amateur with Photoshop. I don't even make the tokens the correct way.
I'm loving this so far. I enjoyed writing up. Have you seen it in my notes section, Bo? A battle report that I've sent to Mia that's just grilling her out on what
So were you
Lilith's-
writing that while while they were standing here talking?
No,
When
I
did you
wrote
write
it during
that?
the combat, yeah.
You wrote it during the combat.
Oh,
while
you
were
mean when
also
did the character
attacking?
write it? No, like during the hour between when the combat finished and us walking around.
What? It has been less than 10 minutes. You guys walked like 30 feet.
Oh. Oh shit, we only walked 30 feet? Oh, okay. Then I,
mean,
would have been writing
I mean,
it.
it hasn't been that many. I mean, the scale's not right on any of these maps. But,
Okay,
I mean,
then I would have
it was
wrote it
definitely not an
during
hour.
the 20 minutes when they were talking to the guard captain. Have you read it, Mia?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just posted it into my own notes.
Oh, I'm gonna
So I
try and
can-
do one for every fight that our characters get in. Unless, of course, like if I go down, then I don't see like when my character would have wrote it, so I won't do
Mhm.
them.
Ah.
What
How do
are,
you
what are
want-
the thresholds out of?
It says -5 to +5, so you see how there's 5 things that are ranked. If you get all 5 5s, that's 25, right?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, and if you're below -15, you're a
So
goblin.
25 is max score. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
25 is like you did everything perfect.
Okay.
How do you want us to distribute the remainder of the healing potions? There's 2 left.
That's up to you guys.
Yeah, but I did not DM the rest of the guys.
Oh,
I'm
my
sorry.
bad. I thought you were asking me. I thought you meant, like, how do you want to do that, Bo?
Bo, how do you think I should respond to Johan asking how we should distribute the healing potions?
You know what? Roll me a d20. I'll let you know.
Oh shit! I imagine that Lilith would like
D20.
hold a hand up if you even
Oh,
gestured
nice.
it in their direction. And I think if Maizie was like give one to me, like I would be like looking at them disapprovingly and seeing if I can make them give it back.
No,
So-
actually, yeah, Maisie would not be asking for one.
Yeah, so it's you three would get one each.
All right, so is everyone back then as you guys find yourselves just right out in front of the Starosta's home?
Okay, Caden back.
Oh yeah, fair. I don't know. He's muted. Fair.
What was the final thing you said, Raven? That we distribute to whom?
Each of you three. So Thorag, Ray, and Khan.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Khan took one already.
Yeah.
I need to grab it.
How do I change my... Oh, it's because it's got that dice. There we go. I'm gonna change the color of my dice. Wait, is this,
Hmm?
No, never mind. I was about to ask a dumb question, but
how
I
do I add
answered
it
it
to-
before I said it out loud.
How do I add it to my character sheet?
Go over to
I
the
wish I could
book
help
and then
myself.
click
Yeah.
player's handbook. And like how you added the items to your character last time.
Yeah.
I just mail it to-
and do not, when you guys are adding stuff going forward, please don't use the SRD because that's 2014 content. Just so you know. As we are
So-
trying to use 2024 stuff. Until they update the SRD, it's that's what it is.
So what? Oh,
The player's handbook is where all this stuff's gonna be, but obviously not your species.
I think
Like,
you can hide that folder from us, Bo, if you do a
Yeah, I
right click.
can.
Yeah, hit us with the hide, and then we'll stop
Thank
clicking it.
I guess I just was hoping you guys would just, because sometimes it is useful. I wish there was a high miss compendium folder.
Hey, hi, hey, ho, hello, hi, hey.
What?
Hello.
You didn't respond to all my highs. Do you not like me?
Hi, hello, hi, hey, hello.
I don't
See, Raven
like
does.
that. All right. Is everybody
Not
back?
Raven anymore, sorry.
It's okay. As you
Yeah.
said that, I was like, oh fuck, who am I now? I'm
No,
not
I
Raven.
feel like the
not
first
used
couple
to it yet.
sessions is like when the year swaps over and you gotta get used to writing the correct year.
Yeah.
We'll get there. You step on the tops, I'll step on the bottom. All right. Is everyone back then? We're good?
Yeah, as we step outside of the mayor's house, I'm gonna look up at the sun, just smile at it, stretch my wings out now that we're outside and it's not constrained anymore.
I am. You see, Khan is like really curious about you, Lilith, and approaches you and says, "Up in the monastery, they teach us pretty much a little bit about everything, but I'm not sure I quite recognize who or what are you."
I am what they would call a tiefling.
A tiefling. Yes. I think there's... Or... I don't know if they're still up there, but when I was back in the temple, there was one or two. But you look much bigger.
Spent a lot of time on the road, carrying things with me. Say, did I see you kick fire during the fight?
Ah, yes. The Temple of the Elements. From... That's where I come from. Where we are monks devoted to bring and maintain balance between the nature and the people that live in this land. I know I'm still just learning, but it only seems I can only command fire, and as I try to do something else, it just won't come out, and I do one punch that lets a little bit of fire, and then a second one that let out nothing, and say, I don't know why it's not working.
Hmm. Perhaps we will find you good opportunities to practice your other elements, or perhaps, maybe I know a guy that knows a guy that can teach you something about hydromancy.
Monks and the masters just kept telling me, keep practicing, keep focusing, keep meditating, and it's just so frustrating. Sorry I'm bugging you with my personal problems.
It is fine. You and the giant one, you know each other?
I did not know him, but I was on my dying bed of a mysterious infection or disease that nobody seemed to be able to curate, and I take out the necklace from under my shirt. Thorag gave me this. It's a periap of health, something like that. It suppresses the disease. As long as I have this, I'll remain healthy.
You should find a jeweler, fashion yourself a second chain in case one of them breaks.
That is not a bad idea.
I had a friend once, had a necklace, rendered him much resistant to fire, and during the course of a combat he took an unfortunately angled fall, almost crooked his neck on a stalagmite, stalactite, whichever one is on the ground. But he didn't lose his neck, but he did lose his necklace, and the burns that followed were quite severe. So, 2 chains, I assure you.
I'll get one as soon as I get the opportunity to.
You one of those monks that foreshees all material wealth and objects? I imagine not, since you hungrily grasped at the potion.
No, I don't belong to the temple anymore, so I do need the money to, go by.
Alright, we keep walking. Fuck, where are we going?
Well, it depends where the inn is. The Candle Glow.
Carpenter's is on the way.
Yeah.
Could be worth a stop in. He built my fence after all. I struggled to imagine him as some form of cultist.
You living here?
Yeah, yes and no.
How can you not live in a place and live in a place? Here's your summer house.
The road is my home, and I own a parcelage of land here. There is a home here available to me, but I do not call it home. Thus, yes and no. Let us see the carpenter.
Well,
So you guys headed to the carpenter?
Heck yeah.
Okay, so you guys head out of the mayor's house, and it is it's still raining a little bit.
fuck.
It's not very heavy. What?
No, it's just earlier. I'm like, I look at the glory of the sun, but it's been raining the whole
Oh.
time. So I just looked up and got
I didn't
rained
want
on.
to cut you
No,
off.
it's okay.
for
I just
saying that.
it's my bad. You should have been like, sun? It's raining, fool.
No. Well, I mean, I imagine it's kind of like a warm, not warm, but it's like a almost
When
a
is
spring
breeze-
day where it's raining a bit and it's warm.
Oh yeah, like flip flop weather. Yeah.
When it's
Kinda,
breezing with the sun
kinda.
out?
Yeah. It's like chilly but nice.
That means there's a rainbow if it's raining with sun.
So as you guys head out of the town, you pass a few homes, a couple that seem to be abandoned. As you look to your left, making your way to the carpenter's home, you see what's definitely the bellows and the anvil, and you hear the ringing of a
Oh, fuck.
blacksmith station. But as
I
you,
thought this was the carpenter.
I don't know, I don't know.
That's
my
like a-
bad.
Like a stable loft or
Yeah,
something.
you said southeast of the mayor's house. I was like, oh, but yeah,
Oh,
it's
I guess-
oh like that.
They're both technically southeast, I guess.
Yeah, no worries. It's just me misunderstanding.
No, that's my
Is
bad. I
this-
could have explained better.
No, this is good. We
Is
get to
this
see the
pig
bird.
dead?
What?
He's just rolling
this-
around. That's what they do.
I
They
dead?
love it.
Yeah, I have to go find out. Anyway, you see the blacksmith that was banging on whatever he was working on as you get into. You're walking in the center of the town, I imagine.
Yeah,
You
I'll
see
give the
him.
blacksmith a nod.
You see as you nod to him and his family. He kind of turns his boy's shoulder away from you as they just go inside. You see many of the other homes. Nobody is even out and about. It's much like the mayor's house, where you might see the small judder of an eyeball looking through a curtain quickly before closing it. But for the most part, nobody seems to be out and about. It's a very slow, quiet town, and those that were out and about seem to be more in that center middle area where there were some small market stands. But as you approach this small home, you see it's a wooden board in the shape of a saw hangs before this well-constructed building. The front part of the structure is unwalled, and inside of this breezy area, the carpenter is at work. You see many tools, saws, hammers, nails, pry bar are scattered about, and some boards are mounted on sawhorses. Speaking of horses, I'm sorry, Johan, I did not put your horse with you. What, is he just with you right now? I forgot about him.
I'm peed.
Indubitably. Okay. What would you guys like to do? And as you approach, you see this older gentleman, probably in middle age, about 40 to 50. He looks rather standoffish. His fingernails, under them, you can tell that they have soot, and his hands look very worn with calluses. He puts some gloves under his waistband, and you see him kind of wipe his hands off. Well, what can I do you for? Not
Like,
used to many visitors in town as of late.
I don't know if I'm taking liberty, but like, would I know this guy, given that I have a mostly wood-based property in this town?
Well, you just got through saying you're not here too often and always on the road, so...
Yeah, that's true. But like, I don't know. Alright, I don't know. I knew the other carpenter. This guy sucks.
Well, I don't know.
carpenter's house burned down.
I am asking you because you just
Oh,
said
I don't
you
know.
were
I'm
on
asking
the
you
road
'cause
frequently.
I don't want to like grief the campaign if we're not meant to know anybody. But I feel like maybe like every sixth NPC, I should like at least be.
I mean, I would say you probably would know the ones closer to your farm better than you know the ones on the opposite end of town.
All right, sorted. I look to this strange carpenter I've never met before, this freak on the other side of town. And I'll approach and I'll start browsing his wares. Does he have like soft furnishings, like doors?
ask-
What's
Do you for, as I described.
What
Kind of
can I do
everything.
you for?
And you see at the moment he's kind of bending a piece of wood, and you see he's got about 7 other spokes as you can tell he's finishing up the wheel, a wheel that'd probably go in a wagon or a cart or something.
Oh, cool. I'll just like carouse some of the stuff he has out, like the like semi boards that he's got mounted. I'll just like browse them as if they're for sale.
Are you interested in buying something, or are you just looking around?
Well, I would have to look at what you're selling to determine what I wish to buy.
That's true, but is there something specific you came looking for? I could help you find it real quick.
Nothing specific, just considering some projects for my home. You know, maybe a new coop.
Coops are real popular this time of year. We have good wood for it, if you're looking for that.
Anything, and I look at the burnt house across the flame resistant? I fear.
Flame resistant, sir. I'm just a mere carpenter. I don't work with magics.
You don't have like a wax or an oil or a balm or anything?
I mean, maybe something a little bit retardant, but nothing that's resistant. Might help keep the fire off for a moment, but it's wood. You can't exactly keep it from burning.
I suppose. I fear for the chickens, given the state of all these fires.
Fires? What are you talking about? I understand the map makes it look like they are burnt to shit, but just imagine that there's more abandoned.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you mean the people around here that seem to have left up and gone? Well,
it looks like they're not burned, but the ashes from the smiths has blown downwind into the abandoned houses, gives them the perception of burning, but I see it now, they're just abandoned.
I don't have anything for the eyes, but I could recommend you across the way to the smith. He'd probably have some for your eyes. Seems might be helpful. And the rest of you lot, what are you looking for? What kind of Freya, get in here. We have customers.
Well, I
I'm
don't.
looking for
Yeah, go ahead.
Not just that I'm not looking for anything.
Oh, okay. Well, feel free to browse. Some of the best wares in town. Not that that's saying much, but we make do.
What about a car?
Sir, please watch your mouth around my wife.
Cart. To drag behind the horse.
Oh, a cart.
Yeah.
Ah, forgive my ears, sir. I've been working all day. I didn't hear you quite proper. We have carts, yes, I do have them, but as you can see here, this is just the wheel.
It's the wheel.
Are you interested in a whole cart?
Well, I'm just browsing like the rest of my friends. I was just asking if this is something you can provide in the future.
Those of you looking around at the wares, roll me an investigation or perception check, depending on how close you're looking.
I was so excited to roll that I misclicked 7 times to get to
Wonderful.
my sheet.
I'm just
So-
kind of.
Lilith, you and Thorag are a bit more... Well, Lilith, you more so just because you're used to the farm, even if it is a little bit. And Thorag, you know wood as you are interested in it for whatever reason. But as you look around at different various bits and bobs in this warehouse or this carpenter's shop, you could tell that the pieces that seem to be collecting dust a little bit seem to be a bit better made. You look at the wheel that he's working on, and some of the wood looks like it's almost split or bent. Lilith, you pick up a piece and look at the hammer, and you can tell that the wood feels very light, like this is almost shoddier work than what would be known, just given the tools and other things that are around that seem to be better made but have been sitting there a little bit longer.
I'll pick out one of the nicer bits of wood that he's crafted, some sort of like seed or something. How much would it be to fit this to my cart?
What did you grab?
Something like a seat or something, like a little bench.
Something like a...
Something that 2 people could sit on that can be installed into a car. I don't know, but I don't know how carts work. Fuck.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to grill you. I genuinely didn't hear what you said.
Like a 2-person bench, but not like a big garden bench. Just like like a church pew, just something to sit on that fits into a
In
car.
the car, okay.
Yeah, like maybe on the side of the car. I don't know if I have room. The main point is I'm trying to show to Thorag that
Well, it
I
depends.
already
You
own
want-
a car.
You want padding or no?
Oh, of course, yes. Padding, please.
Well, if you want padding, I could do 5 gold. It'd be good stuff. It's the finest straw that we have around.
You make
Leather
it-
picked from the best oxes in the village.
Can you make it for 4? And I'll throw in some eggs.
Sir, look around at my shop. There's dust. This is a farming village. I can get eggs anywhere.
You
Like,
know
look
the
around at my
price of
shop,
eggs these days?
Hey, come on. Don't make fun of America. We get it enough as is. We don't need
I'm-
that shit.
I have eaten
We
so
play
many.
games to escape.
I have eaten so many eggs today just because I had like half a dozen in my fridge and I'm
Holy
leaving
shit,
town
look at the
tomorrow
bourgeoisie
and I
over here.
I don't want to waste them because they won't still be good in a week when I get back. So
That sounds like an excellent way not to waste them.
Oh,
I don't want to waste the money. I don't want to throw them away because they were so expensive.
alright, I'll
Third
give
time
him.
I gotta make that pun today.
I'll give him 5 gold. I shall I'll wheel it around for you tomorrow, and then however long it takes you to fit.
Yes,
You know,
it'll take me a little bit of while. I
Oh,
just
that's a
finishing
crystal
up this wheel here.
pen.
What's your friend whispering there? Is he feeling all
Portuguese.
in
He
Colombia?
is. I don't know. I think they speak
He's from
Portuguese in
Colombia.
Colombia.
He's from Colombia, but no, I think it's just Brazil that speaks Portuguese. I think he speaks a form of Spanish.
Ah, shows how much I've learned in 2.5 years of knowing the guy.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, Mia's right. It's Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hit him with like he's a monk. You know how they are.
Frankly, sir, I don't know too much. I haven't been up to the temple in a little while. Frankly, because we saw some monks venturing up there. They
When was
seemed-
this?
About a 10-day ago, they came in.
You see him like?
I
weird
tried not to look at
looking,
them.
or-
They looked imposing, but they headed up to the temple, no problems, no questions asked. They didn't say nothing to nobody. Then it stopped to Sorosta. They didn't say nothing to Bryce. And the
They're
temple.
gone now, though, right? We don't have to worry about them.
I'm not sure if they're gone or not. Like I said, I've been here, me and my wife. We don't leave too much. We don't ask much questions. But they seem to be going to the temple. At least that's what word I got from Mr. Johnson up the street.
Well, you and Freya, you know, stay safe and all.
Aye. And I'll get working on that seat for you. 2 benches, 2... You wanted pads, yeah?
Yes, please.
All right, I'll get right away on that.
I'll look to the rest of the people here. Any of you have any questions for the carpenter man about his craft, or...
Well, the recent craft is. Have you had some kind of disease in the woods? In the
No
trees?
diseases that I know of. What you mean?
Well, it looks like these pieces are of better quality.
Well, I've been working on other projects. The things I have in the shop, not always the best work, but you know how that goes. We're only people after all.
I suppose as much.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Can I
What
look
you
into
assuming
this?
there?
Oh, nothing. It might just be you're having some kind of bug or something in the trees that might affect the quality of the wood. It happens. There's bugs all over the place. Termites.
Termite. Interesting. Very interesting. Wow, I went southern. Wonderful.
I would like to take a look while he's not servicing me at those pieces of. I think it was cart wheel.
All right.
So is there any markings at the there's anything wrong with the wood used, or is it just the shoddy craftsmanship?
You get the sense with that roll that you had, it's more shoddy craftsmanship.
Hmm. And whom is this Mr. Johnson?
Friend that lives up the street. I haven't seen him or talked to him in a while, actually.
Has
Just a local
he been
drinking
acting
buddy.
strange?
What you mean by strange?
Just maybe something on his mind.
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I suppose you could ask him, but like I said, he hasn't come out his house in a little while. Did I upset your friends? They seem to have gone off.
Who?
Me and Maizie are gawping at the abandoned house across the street.
Wrong.
No, not at all. We are just exploring the town. Our first visit here, and we want to get us to as many places as we can to see kind of services and goods that could help us with our travels.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. If you wish to stop by here in a couple days, I should have it done.
Wonderful.
Hopefully it'll be in proper shape for you and none of these termites would have gotten to the wood like you were saying.
I'm sure of it.
Yeah, as you guys look at that one, you see that the doors and shutters are just swinging freely. The whole appearance is one of just abandoned desolation. Weeds choke the yard of the front of the home.
Could I roll some kind of check to determine how long it's been abandoned based on like the kind of plants that are growing in and on and around it?
Roll me a nature check.
Oh. I don't know why I'm bothering doing that. I'm shit.
Damn.
I mean, you can't tell very much with that roll. You can't tell if these are weeds that are just natural to the area and this is how it looks normally, or if this is something that has sprung up within a past couple weeks or a month or so, or perhaps even longer than that.
If we gather up our group of goobers, Lilith will look to them. So, what do we think we learned from the carpenter?
Well, apparently you're doing shoddy work right now. For whatever reason, he doesn't know how to be a carpenter any longer.
I couldn't think of a way of asking him if they knew anything about cults or missing people without being too direct. I don't want to raise attention towards us either.
He mentioned 3 monks that did not resemble yourself that headed up to the church. Does your order travel often?
At certain ages, monks are sent on pilgrimages to different towns. Maybe
Sent as trios or sent alone?
whoever meets the age. First pilgrim is at 15, second at 19, third at 22, and final one is when you're 30.
Shall we see if the smith has forgotten how to smith in the last few months as well?
It shall be
They were
of
being
interest.
thirsty, did.
All right, as you guys head across the street, it's obviously the smithy, though no sign hangs here. The shop part of the building is unwalled, much like the carpenter's shop, and you don't see anyone standing out front anymore. But the embers of the the forge seem to be dwindling down as nothing seems to be applying to it. But as you approach, you don't see any movement in the house or anything.
If I pick up one of the like cindering embers of the forge, can I feel how recently it was used?
I mean, you literally saw them hammering on it as you were walking across the street, so you know it was pretty recent.
Fuck, I want it to be cool, but God damn it. I look to the group and I crush the little charcoal pumice in my hand and like it sprinkles black back into the forge. I'm like, he put this out half an hour ago.
Well, that was a great catch. How'd you know?
The temperature of the forge compared to the wind.
How's the wind involved in this?
Christ, you're an element, Bunk. The wind, it takes heat away from things.
Where's the smith?
Where is the smith? Oh, Mr. Smith! Call out.
You guys call out. How long are you waiting?
Not for ages, but like a minute or two. Whilst we're waiting for him, if he comes out or ever doesn't, does he have any wares outside?
I mean, yeah, obviously there's the forge that's there. As far as wares in the shop, you see a couple, not very much is hanging up at the moment. You see that near the forge, though, is a warhammer that looks pretty finely crafted with a nice handle.
Oh.
And you see what he was working on was a longsword.
Is there like a stark differential in quality like at the carpenters? Like he's recently got brain damage?
No, it looks like this stuff's pretty nicely made. But like I said, the shop seems to be cleared out for the most part. I mean, there are a few things hanging up, but it doesn't look like he would even be open for business if he was to try.
I don't think we should bother him, guys. He seems to be busy.
Well,
Yeah.
can I at least look
Oh.
around?
No. Ray has given good, logical, sensible input, and we will follow his good advice.
But there's no one around, and these items are just laying around out here. That's who's to stop someone from just taking them?
And as you guys stand out there having this conversation, eventually opening up the door, you see this large figure, and behind him is another tall, brawny-looking lad, and he kind of steps out. Is there a reason you're standing in front of my house?
I wish to purchase a weapon.
Shop's closed for the day.
Understandable. Have a great day. And I walk off.
See, I told you guys, he was busy.
I give a nod to Ray. I was on his side from the start.
What time of the day is it?
Oh, fuck.
I mean, it was rainy, like I was saying, but the sun has been up. It was about midday when you guys were venturing into town for that first part. You guys talked for a while, so I'd say it's nearing about 3 p.m. into the afternoon at this point. It's not super late, so it is a little bit odd for him to say that the shop is closed. But given the lack of wares in the store, it could make sense.
Okay. We'll just make a little mental note of that and move on with everyone else.
What time is it open tomorrow?
Ooh, good question.
I have the right to refuse service to anyone, and I don't know if I want to sell to your kind. What exactly is it that you're looking for? Any of you?
Me and Ray are gone.
Well, horseshoes. For one.
You should go see the stable master for that. Like, send him over to him. Now, if that's all, I was enjoying my dinner.
Okay, thank you.
Keep enjoying. And in a low voice so he doesn't hear me, I say bastard.
Whilst they're all arguing with the smith, I'm gonna be standing next to Ray. I'm gonna have my arm around his shoulder. I'm gonna be pointing at this tree, and I'm gonna be teaching him the facts about trees.
What do
What
you know
facts
about trees?
do you know about
It doesn't matter
trees?
because he doesn't know enough to challenge me.
You don't know that? Ray,
You
how
don't
much
know
do you know
that,
about
yeah.
trees?
Fuck. I know 20% below average about trees.
Dun-dun-dun!
Oh, jeez.
Dun-dun. First one of the session.
I'm just trying to take a boy under my wing.
That's you, Ray.
Literally.
Ray, that's you if you're here, Aaron.
Oh
Okay,
gosh, you know what?
Okay.
No,
well,
I got to.
You know twice as much about trees as me, but I'm the one teaching you about trees.
Okay, a tree is a tree.
Alright,
guess.
I'll lead them to that inn that they wanted to go to. The not the mead and feed, the other one. Candlestick.
Candle glow.
Give it a name.
Candle glow.
Candle glow.
Close. I'll take that.
Glow stick? That doesn't make it close.
They both had
Getting
candle in.
All right, as you guys approach this place, it is a large inn. It looks to be about 2 stories with a red motif on it, or like red paint. Looks to be well maintained, well kept, and it's as you approach it, seems rather inviting. As you get close, you can hear some music on the outside, as well as what sounds like the clinking of drinks.
Certainly use a drink. Well, after you. The door opens.
I hit in.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go
As
in.
you, okay. As you guys head in, it seems to be a little bit bustling. There are some commoners that seem to be passing around the drinks, and standing behind the counter, you see a small halfling man that's serving drinks, and he seems to be having a decent time. But as you guys all approach in, everyone kind of stops for a moment, and it's like a scene out of a movie where the music stops for a moment as everyone just kind of glances at you all. And you hear, "What can I get for you today?"
Water.
"Water coming right up. The rest of you."
Well, it depends
There's
what you
water
have.
too.
"What, is there anything specific that you're looking for? I might have it, but we don't get too much in here."
Well, do you have beer?
"Of course."
I would like one of those. You don't happen to be Thaddeus, are you?
"I am.
Ah,
How'd you know?"
well, we just asked around town to find the best inn, and they guided us to you.
"Well, thank you. Best in that. It's good to hear. Is there a specific beer you're looking for? A specific type?"
Ah, it's springtime, isn't it? Weissbier. would be nice.
All right. I'll see if I've got that. And he goes into the back for a little bit and kind of searches around. Well, actually, first, before he does that, he asks the rest of you, what would you like to drink?
Water.
Okay, 2 waters. We got a vice. You see that written on the back of like a blackboard behind the counter is written Fieldstone Ale, Amber Road Lager, and Wheatstone Stout.
I'll have an
the-
amber road, please. And do you still cook up those fiery pork chops you used to do a couple of years back?
Normally, but times have been rough. The guy that I would get the meat from, it started tasting funny. So I haven't ordered that like I used to.
Gods, I've craved that for too many months, but perhaps next time through.
Well, you lot look like adventuring type. Maybe you could check out the farm, figure out what's going on.
Sure.
I mean, like you said, you like the ribs. Think about... And you see a drunk man in the back. I used to love the ribs. They were my favorite.
He gets it.
Thaddeus, whatever happened to the... I was just telling them about the ribs. Thank you.
Why am I worried we're gonna find out that it's like human meat discussion? Like, I just...
That would be terrible. I hope that's not the case.
I want to help, but I just don't know if I can handle the answer.
Tell us which farm it is, in case we happen to be passing through.
Well, you would have passed it on the way here, depending on the way that you took. Did you come around the north bend, or did you come up through the south?
Which way did we come in?
House.
It doesn't. He's gonna mark it on your map regardless.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, it doesn't matter where we came, just tell us where the farm is.
God damn it, he's just fucking
Fuck.
trying to talk to you.
Is he marking my farm? Are we the guys that are meant to provide the pigs?
No.
Fuck.
No, you're chickens.
That's true. Bo put the exact number of chickens that I bought on the map.
did. A couple of them might be covered by that hay bale, but
That's right, they're in there having a great time.
150 chickens there, if you would like to
Holy
paint
shit,
chicken
you
and count them
legend.
all.
I'm going
And-
to count them.
What about you, miss? You want anything to drink?
Do you have any liquor that's not beer?
Got some mead, wine, cider, whiskey,
no liquor
gin,
for the
brandy.
child. You want juice
Whiskey.
or milk? You're not having whiskey.
Whiskey.
Do you want milk
Whiskey.
or juice?
I am not a child. I am an adult.
Or ma'am, the lady would like a drink. Are you her caretaker?
I am. They're on duty.
Is this true?
I suppose.
And what would you like to drink? Okay, 4 waters and a vice. Coming up.
And an amber road. Don't forget.
And yes, excuse me.
Wait, I want lemon in my water.
I'm sorry, we don't... Lemon?
He
We
doesn't
don't
know
do
what a
that
lemon
here.
is.
You would have to
Yes, no.
venture near the coast for that.
You must
don't
venture
know
to the
freaking
lemon mines and
seafood.
defeat the lemon answer.
You don't put lemon over your freaking seafood, so what do you mean you don't have a lemon?
Well, let me upgrade that for you. Milk for cat.
Oh,
At
that's
a farm
racist.
nearby, nobody's farming lemon.
Lemon farm.
Do you know how farms work?
You know,
I
he's
thought I
not
knew how
wrong. I
lemon-
think there was a lemon farm, but all their
I thought I knew
produce
how
was
lemons
stolen.
work. I thought someone would have one. I guess that was wrong.
So 4 waters, a milk, an amber road, and fuck, what was the other one?
I think it's
Honestly,
3
I do
waters
feel-
milk.
I do feel bad because, you know, whenever you order water at a bar, they just stop talking to you. I'm gonna, like, give him a silver, just cover, just to make them feel better.
All right. So a bit of time passes. You guys have a moment while he goes to grab the drinks. As you look around the tavern, there seems to be a couple patrons enjoying themselves. A couple of them are still watching you cautiously, but as you guys wait there a bit and seem to be getting along with Thaddeus, they kind of ease back into their seats and go back to enjoying the music and the beverages.
As we get our moment alone, I'm gonna turn to the group and say, well, there is not only the carpenter's quality going down, but the food or the meat is tasting funny, as Therius says. There's people disappearing.
Yeah.
There's definitely going on.
And why would a carpenter not sell his goods? How do you make money or take care of your family if you don't sell the goods you make? It does not make any sense.
Or the smith.
Yeah.
You guys ask a couple questions, and eventually Thaddeus returns with a tray, all the drinks on hand, and he thinks for a second as he passes everyone's drinks out. And, well, Bryce was in here earlier. He told me what you did. This first round is on the house.
Much appreciated.
It was silver. How's it on the house?
Well, I assumed you'd put it on the counter while he went to go get the other drinks.
Oh, well,
So he will see that and say, keep this. I appreciate it. But...
well,
Thanks
okay.
for the free water.
It was more so for the other drinks, but yes, you're welcome.
Hey, question, buddy. No, with everything going on with the mayor and the guards, I mean, this is a bar. People drink here. The guards saying anything like any weird stuff going on?
As he kind of looks to you, he's keep it down a little bit. I'm not sure who's been listening.
All right.
I'm not even sure if I can trust you.
Well, buddy, the guy who offers. I mean, you know what? Honestly, right? You shouldn't really trust everybody. Trusting is not the smartest thing to do. But trust me anyway.
There have been some guards that come in here. It's mainly been business as usual, though. But things have definitely been strange lately. If that's what you're asking, but I don't know much more beyond that.
Have you heard about the people going missing?
Of course. A couple of my friends even
You
have.
did the wrong button. No, but thank you so much for that. You're a good guy. I'm an honest guy. I won't tell anybody you told us that.
I appreciate that, good sirs and ladies.
Any particular one? Have you noticed a target? Maybe workers, farmers, lumberjacks?
It's
commoners?
mainly farmers, but it seems like the ones that are acting strange are many of the able-bodied folks in town, the ones that are a bit stronger than the old folks we got, which worries me more.
Why?
Well, if they're taking the ones that are capable, why? They're not going after the weak and the meager.
Who is
Obviously.
the most recent disappearance? Could you gesture to their property discreetly?
I could. As he kind of leans to make the less known to the others that are in the tavern, which you might be talking about. Yeah, it was a terrible situation at down at the mill house. Kenton, his sons, they went missing the other day.
How old were they?
The one kid, he's got to be about 18, but the younger one, he's no older than 12.
The older one is old enough to fight.
Or, yeah. But that's what's strange is people haven't. They've just been more hostile. It's not like aggression has happened. At least not that I know of, unless they're keeping it under wraps. I've said too much. I don't even.
But when do they disappear? In the night?
In the night, yes. And folks have said that they've seen a couple figures out and about lurking at night, but there's a unforespoken curfew in town. Nobody goes out past dark for nothing.
We could maybe set up a trap for these mysterious figures that go on about at night.
That's up to you. I can't help with that too much, but you're more than welcome to stay here. Bryce already has asked me to prepare a couple rooms for you. If you wish to do that, just be careful. I'm sure you've seen it, but there's many abandoned homes in here, and with the goblins attack today, who knows what else is going on. The Crown's Guard seems to be less and less responsive as the days go.
Well, before the light fades, there's one more place we should go.
Oh.
Where is that?
It would be the old man's home that's up into
Yeah,
the west. This person just told us the old people are not affected.
No, they still have been, but the ones that have been more so being taken are the able bodies. Now that they've taken most of those, they seem to be coming for what's left. I keep saying they. I don't know if it's a they, a what, an it. Nobody knows. All we have are rumors. I mean, some even think it has something to do with the mill up on the hill. It's been abandoned for some time, but people have
sounds
seen
like
strange.
stuff.
No, not that mill. The other mill.
Basically, the mill place.
Yeah.
Ah,
People have seen strange lights. They swear they hear noises. They think
a
it's
haunted
haunted.
place.
Yeah, if you'd believe it, but that's foolish. If you're talking about the old man, if we're talking about the same one, the one that a hermit, as he's known around here in the forest, definitely be careful with him.
What do they call him? Darman the Wise or something?
No,
The hermit.
many around here just call him the hermit. I don't know his name. Occasionally he comes into town, but he's not the most friendly of folk. How's the drinks?
Good. How
water
do you
is
brew this
As
Amber
expected.
Road?
Very well, thank
Better
you.
with women.
No, I don't actually brew this. This is an import we get in from the Amber Road, or the Amber Crossroads. It's a path of ways up north, but many merchant shops are there. It's kind of a place where goods go to travel. And it tastes crisp and golden, and it's like I just said, named after the trade route, but you get the taste of wheat and a touch of honey, and it's refreshing. Almost, what is that drink that people drink when they're sick? It kind of tastes like that, but like crisp and alcoholic, and surprisingly good. Be surprised. My Discord all session. You don't know that.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a lake.
Well, maybe this ship was more touristic than functional. More like, hey, weekend activity.
You don't know how deep it is. There's one river in the UK that looks like a stream, but it's actually 7 miles deep, and it sucks people in and
Holy
kills
fuck.
them.
Holy cow, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, it's got some of the strongest subterranean currents in the world. So, like, kids will play in it and not
Jesus.
realize one wrong step and
Yeah.
you're sucked in.
Wow. So, about what I was mentioning earlier, checking out the food situation, would you be interested in doing that for me? I'd be willing to pay, of course.
Sure.
These might be connected to other things we've been not necessarily tasked to, but something we want to look into.
I'll nudge Maisie. Assure him that you will look into this and you will solve it.
I will make this my personal mission, and we will solve the problem.
Now say it again like you mean it. No, I'm just kidding.
That was enthusiastic.
I know, I'm fucking with you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. I'm sorry I cannot. You'll have to come to this place when, if things hopefully get back to normal. It's usually, this is a place where people come for festivities and joy. Hopefully, we have the festival coming up here in 5 days. I mean, it doesn't matter. I can't even think about such things right now.
Well, maybe we'll be able to do something about things before the festival rolls around.
Just my jovial heart. Foolish. Anyway.
The Stratomaster, or whatever it's called, he said that you had somebody that may be able to tend to the wounds of look to Ray, who is bleeding profusely.
Quite fucked.
Did he
Hey,
say?
but now the blood is dried.
I don't know why he would send you here for that. I would imagine that they have potions back at the Starosta's mansion. I serve drinks and food here.
Worry not. We shall borrow those rooms that you offered and lick our wounds.
Out of character, did he say that, or did he tell you guys that it was the manor? I thought I told you that.
I think what I'm misunderstanding is the mayor was like, this tavern will give you rooms where you can rest and
okay,
heal, and I'm like, oh, they have a healer at the tavern, but that's
I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss.
it's all good. That's Lilith getting used to like top priority service at places with healers. She's like, fuck, the tavern doesn't have a healer. Goddamn small towns.
Yes, we are rather small, but well, what we used to lack in size, we made up for in gusto, but we can't even say that anymore.
Let's go talk to the hermit before we finish off the day.
Good
But
idea.
how long away is the farm? Is it on the way?
Yeah, which was the farm?
No, it would be back further into town,
All right.
south of the trail leading up here.
All right, Khan. Hermit is it.
All right, is that what you guys are doing?
Heck yeah. Maybe though, given that like some of us are mega fucked, we should take a short rest at the tavern, do some bandages in the rooms upstairs, and then go to the hermit.
That sounds good.
Okay.
All right, we'll go upstairs. We'll get some bandages, do some first aid.
So there are 3 rooms that he could offer.
We only need one just to sit people down and take a
Okay.
breather. And I think my character will do the first aid because they've got like experience in applying healers kits to people.
Do you have any healers kits?
No, but I don't need to
Yeah.
use one because we're short resting.
But I have.
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
All right. Well, as you guys rest up, bandage your wounds, get to know each other a little bit better, that is where we will end session today.
Oh.